Join Joe, John, and Jim as they discuss the biggest stories in the world of sports.
When you put them all together, it makes a nice package, right?
Get ready
for passionate and intelligent conversation about the biggest issues and personalities in sports.
It's unscripted.
Somehow got mono. God knows who he was making out with.
Some people call him dirty. I like to call him creative.
It's unfiltered.
I'm going to need another beer soon.
And I said, well, hold, you're making my point, right?
My thoughts are I'm going to call my therapist after the show is what I'm going to do.
All right, what's up, Bean Apple fans? I apologize for a few minutes late. We had some, not technical difficulties, but John had some problems of his own to deal with before we could jump on. So thank you for joining us. We are going to break down this week, week 14 of the NFL for the Jets, the Giants, the Patriots, starting here in a few hours for the Patriots, trying to keep that hot streak alive, give us some predictions, a couple things that you need to know, keep an eye on during the game, answer your questions, and as always, have a bunch of fun giving each other loads of shit. So please, before we get into it, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, set it to all, make sure you're with us each and every show because we need you and we love you guys. So without further ado, John, let's how you guys doing? You ready to do this?
I'm good.
Good. Good. All right, so we got a big matchup for you this week with the Patriots taking on the Rams, trying to keep that hot streak going, and the Rams are pretty hot themselves. So what do you think? What do you like this week?
Patriots 24-21.
24-21.
You heard it here first.
So I guess all defensive touchdowns, I guess.
I mean, I'll take that too. It doesn't matter. So as I look at this game, the Pats always take out somebody, right? Are they going to take out Cooper Kupp? Are they going to take out Robert Woods? Running game is getting a little bit better. They got a good tight end, but Jared Goff. So my prediction is they're going to blitz Goff. They're going to put tons of pressure on him. And then that way, of course, hopefully he makes a bad decision and have 4 or 3 defensive touchdowns. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But not only that. So Aaron Donald, Michael Brockers, they got to definitely block them. And right now the Pats O-line is playing really well. So I'm really hoping that the line continues to play well. We establish the running game and hold those 2 defensive line beasts in check because, the secondary isn't the easiest to kind of score on either. So, but I do see a 24-21 victory for the Pats. I really do.
Nice. All right. Well, let's that's man, every week I say I don't think it's going to happen. And every week the Patriots continue to prove us wrong, right? Like week in and week out, what is it? How many in a row now? Is that
too many?
4, 5 in a row?
No such thing as too many in a row. All right. No such thing as too many in a row.
So
I can't figure that team out. I can't figure every week. I mean, I sit here and I say, I'm taking the other team and everything points to there's no way they're going to win. And Cam throws for 50 or 60 yards and they win. And it makes no sense to me at all. And now here we go against the Rams again, I think Patriots have no shot. That's my mind goes right there. There's not
keep going.
Not even a hesitation for me.
Tell me, Jim, it's never going to happen. It's impossible.
I know you like that. I mean, in reality, when I look at him, I look at both teams, and I've watched both teams play. To me, they don't match up, and the Rams win. I mean, I don't see how they score 24. I don't know. I mean, and it would have to be defensively because I don't see them scoring that many points on the Rams. But I'm going to say I'm not taking the Pats again for you. All right.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
Go ahead, Joe. You could jump on if you want.
All right. So I need the Pats in this one. So I need that to continue. My fear is still there for losing Trevor Lawrence. So I need the Patriots to stay competitive. I don't know I say it week in and week out. I didn't think they had a chance against Arizona, and they won it. I didn't think they had a chance. Well, I thought they had a chance last week, but I thought it was going to be much more competitive than the 45-0 game. That
shellacking is what you should say. Yeah, shellacking.
The absolute shit show that was the Chargers. How Anthony Lynn didn't get fired after that game, I'm very, very shocked because that was embarrassing. So, but they do it. They do it week in and week out when you think they don't have a chance. And I predicted last week's game was going to end in a tie. Guess that's off a little bit there.
Just by 45 points.
Yeah, it was close. I should have went to Vegas, but I think it's hard to take the Patriots. It's really hard to take the Patriots in this game because they just don't match up on paper. Like it goes against every logical thing that you have in your mind. This is not a team that can compete with the Rams, even though I hated the Rams coming into this year. But I don't know. I have a feeling that the Patriots could pull it off. I really do. It's a Thursday night game. I know they're traveling across the country, but that never really seems to bother them. It's Thursday night. Things are a little weird. This whole season's weird. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Cam looks like his legs are back at least. He's still not throwing the ball. He's going to have to throw the ball against his defense, I think, but to keep up. But I think it's a close game. It's a 4.5 point spread right now. Over under of 44, which I think is low. If the Patriots are going to win this game, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be an under 44 line. But I would take the Patriots in this one with the 4.5 points if I was betting. I really would. I don't know if they're going to win the game, but I think the Patriots and the points is. I think they'll cover that 4.5 if not win the game. Call me crazy.
Yeah, maybe. Isn't there a letter Q next to Cam's name this week too?
You know, there was a letter
with
Q
an abdomen.
Tom Brady for 14 and a half years. So
yeah,
I don't know how much I take of the injury report that Belichick puts out every week. Joe, you did point that they are playing across country, but they have been out there.
Yeah,
for the last couple weeks. So
so they didn't come back.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
That's good. That'll come in handy for them. So
right.
We'll see how that plays out. I don't know, but I think that obviously takes away a huge advantage of them having to make that cross country flight, adjust to a time zone on short days rest. So that also means that they got to practice extra, because they didn't have to prepare to fly. So that's a good thing. So, yeah, that evens things up quite a bit.
I'm telling you, there's going to be pressure all over him. They're going to pressure the quarterback. They'll play man-to-man. We have the cornerbacks to hang with their receivers. I think we're going to be all right. I do. Yeah. I truly think we're going to be okay.
I also don't think Goff plays very well in the spotlight. Like, he'll have great games when it's, the afternoon Sunday game, and everybody else is watching something different and he's going off. And then all of a sudden it's prime time, the lights are on, and he kind of pulls back. So I don't know. They have great receivers. They've got some good young running backs that are going to be hard to contend with, I think. So it's Cam. This game is all on Cam's shoulders. This is his game to win or lose, I think. The defense is good, but I think the offense is still – the Rams offense is clicking way too well right now to think that you're going to shut them down like you did the Chargers. Sorry. So I think it's going to have to come down to Cam stepping it up and kind of taking it to the old Cam level in order to win this game. So I think for me, the person to watch in this game is Cam Newton. Is Cam Newton Tim Tebow, or is it Superman Cam Newton of a couple years ago? That's what's gonna drive the outcome of this game in my mind.
Yeah. And N'Keal Harry will have another touchdown tonight. Sorry, Jim. Go ahead.
No,
N'Keal Harry, you watch.
This is your segment. So
no, I want to hear it because I want to keep hearing the negativity, Jim. Because the more you spew it, the more Belichick wants to win.
So what's the over/under on Cam's turnovers tonight?
Oh, that hurts.
2, you think? You take over or under?
One. I'll say 1.
You'll take the under. Okay.
I would take the under with that.
All right.
because any more than one, and chances are we don't win.
Right. I'll agree with that. I mean, you definitely got to keep the turnovers down, and that's not been his forte lately. So we'll see if he's able to hang on to the ball and not throw the ball for grabs for you.
Yeah.
Run. I mean, just like in the Super Bowl when we played him a few years back, 13-3. Run, and I know it's not even close to the same teams. I get it. But it was 13-3.
There's a comment for you.
From a Jets fan, though, right? So I can't really take them too seriously, to be quite honest with you.
We'll see about that. But yeah, so Jim, what do you think? Predictions and what's the key to this game for you?
The key is what I said. Cam has to not make mistakes and blow the game. I think the Rams have more talent than the Pats do. I mean, when I watch the games, and I think if both of them play their A game, I think the Rams win. Right. But I think like Belichick has a way of shutting somebody down if he somehow shuts down Goff. And you do have the corners and you do have the defense to stay with their receivers. So to me, it comes down to turnovers, right? I mean, can Cam control it? Can he run for some first downs? Can he not be sloppy with his play and get a victory out in LA? I don't know. I mean, I still think LA wins, but I'll say it won't surprise me if I see later on in the fourth quarter and my phone's blowing up because I told you.
Yep.
I think the Rams win, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, maybe on a last drive, it's a close game and the Pats pull it out.
Pull it off. I'm really excited to see who wins between Gilmore and Ramsey tonight on the defensive side of the ball because they're both two of the top corners in the league. It's going to be really interesting to see that matchup and who shuts down who. I mean, the Patriots do not have the wide receivers that the Rams do. So Gilmore's going to have his hands full. If he's on Woods, I don't know if he goes to the slot at all, but he's going to have Woods and Cooper Kupp to deal with.
He won't. That will be probably McCourty or somebody like that. I think if they play their 0D with no safety back there, he'll probably come up and cover them. I mean, they're going to have to. They're going to absolutely have to.
Right. So he's going to be working tonight, and I don't know if Ramsey needs to shadow, if it's going to be a big Jacoby Myers game, if it's going to go back to Damari Bird or who it's going to end up being. Right. But somebody's going to have to step up for Cam tonight because he can't do it all with his legs. So N'Keal Harry, is this N'Keal Harry's breakout?
This is Harry's game right here. I've been waiting for 2 years now.
Forks just up, N'Keal. Let's go, buddy. Step it up. So, all right. So, I think so. You're saying, Jim, you're saying Rams got this one but you wouldn't be surprised. I'm saying the Patriots.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
I think the Patriots will pull it out. If not, I would still bet the points. And John, you've got it straight up, right?
Patriots 24, Rams 21. You see it right there.
24-21. What do you think about this?
Wow, violent. That's violent.
Wow. Man.
That's anger. That is deep repressed anger for years.
And I'll tell you what, Michael, the Jets fan, if he does, Stidham will come in. And then the rest is history, 24-21 still. Mm-hmm. And you guys will end up with the number 4 pick going after a safety, and I'll keep laughing.
Yeah. Cam was saying this week that he was impressed with Stidham. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. He was talking about how impressed he was watching him. Yep. So, maybe he's you
never know. You may see him tonight. Who knows? You never quite know with Coach Belichick. And Bill we trust, and so far, to me, this is one of the probably best jobs I think he's ever done with the talent that he has. I mean, they have no one. They have no one.
Without a doubt.
And yet we're still, a couple weeks ago, I know I was saying, hey, let's tank for Trevor, which I never really meant. I wanted to see the Pats win, of course. But here we are 6-6. And, a couple fumbles and 4th and 1s from the goal against Seattle, and I mean we could really be 8-4 right now. I mean 9-3 if we take care of business against Denver. So I mean they're there, hey, 6-6, though, I'll take with a chance. And I'll tell you what, this is by far Bill Belichick's, I think, greatest year with the talent that he has.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's why I say I don't understand how you guys are even in games with all the opt-outs and all the injuries you have. It doesn't make sense. And yeah, you got to give Belichick credit because it doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be in any of these games, and somehow you've been not only in them, winning some of them. So
preparation. It's his preparation. I truly believe that.
But after all these years, preparation H is working very well for him. Oh man,
Are you having issues, Joe? Is that what it is? You having a little bit of issues?
Irritating.
So we talked.
Irritating.
It's interesting at this point in the year because we talked about in the preseason is we're going to see who was the linchpin for New England. Was it actually Bill Belichick or was it actually Tom Brady? Now, I mean, it started off the year looking like it was Tom Brady. That was the key to that. But now, I mean, the Bucs, they're kind of coming apart. They're having a lot of internal rifts going on and a lot of drama down there in Florida. So I don't know. Like I think the pendulum's swinging back to Belichick being what caused New England to be great. I mean, Brady's still having a great season at 41 years old is insane to think about. But Belichick with the talent that he has or the lack thereof, like no number one receiver. You've got Harris, who's kind of coming out as a decent running back, but he's not elite by any level.
He will be next year.
A defense with a lot of opt-outs of key players. Just very surprising. Cam, who can't throw over 100 yards in a game, yet they're still winning. So I think, I hate Bill Belichick. I hate his clothes. I hate his smug look. I hate that he lets his dog draft for him, but he's doing something right. I don't get it. I don't know how he can do it and no other coach can in the NFL. It's the hardest job in the world, and he is without a doubt the best coach, and they should rename the Lombardi Trophy in all honesty, but because he's
man, we need to end this show right now because Jets Nation, they're not going to be able to handle this show.
No. I mean, it's the truth. I'm not embellishing. I hate Bill. Like I started with, I hate Bill Belichick. He's fucking nightmare, and what he did to the Jets is the dirtiest thing that you could possibly do. I mean, he did what he did, but there's no denying what he's done year in and year out. You don't have to like it, but you got to respect it. I mean, it just is what it is. So,
I agree with you, Cruz.
The dog will probably draft better than the whole Jets organization combined. He did look like he was in deep thought. So it was disappointing, but I still have my Trevor Lawrence number 16 Jets jersey queued up to hit that order button. So just 4 more weeks, Jets fans. Yeah. All right. So, all right, let's roll over to the Gmen. First place Gmen.
First place, yes.
Against the struggling Arizona Cardinals. I mean, is this the bounce? Are we going to see Daniel Jones back in action and leading the team, or are we going to see Arizona this is going to be a get-right game for Arizona?
So first place G-Men, right? 5-7 going against Arizona, who at 6-6 now are not even in the playoffs. If the season ended right now, they'd be out. So, they lost 3 in a row, right? 4 out of the last 5, and only one they won was because DeAndre was able to catch that Hail Mary because they would have lost 5 in a row, really. And I mean, I look at these two teams as two teams that are going in different directions, right? I mean, the Giants have won a couple of games in a row, playing really good football, beat Seattle, and the Cardinals are just sputtering through right now. So for whatever reason, if it's Murray's shoulder or he's saying it's fine, but I don't know. And I know Drake was questionable. I don't know what the story is with him. I didn't see what it was they're calling with him, but I do like the fact that we just played Seattle because they see a lot of similarities between Wilson and Murray. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but I mean, both of them have the ability to tuck and run, and we were able to hold Wilson and keep him tight and keep him in the backfield and knock him down a bunch of times. And in reality, I'm just hoping that the same thing's going to happen here with Arizona. I think that Giants have the number 4 rushing defense, and Arizona has the number 4 rushing offense, right? So now we'll see. But I think, like I said, I think both of them are heading in different directions, and I'm confident that we'll be able to stop the run and stop Murray from running crazy up and down the field. And, like I said, the defense has been playing better. It gave up under 21 points the last 4 games, right? They've been playing great defense, playing at home this week. And they're getting home dogs, getting 2.5 points. So I'm definitely taking the points because I'm taking the Giants. It's funny because I said all along to you, John, that, I looked at us beating both Ohio teams, beating Dallas, and then Baltimore I wasn't really worried about. But I said Seattle and Arizona, any little thing can happen, and all of a sudden we're in a driver's seat. So we beat Seattle, and in reality, I look at Arizona and Baltimore, and I think our A game against theirs, we can beat them. I don't think there's a team left on our schedule that I think we have no chance at. So that makes me feel good. I got Giants all day and taking the points. You guys
playing quarterback this week for them? Do we know yet?
So I'm actually, like I said last show, I'm actually fine letting Jones sit another week. I don't think there's a reason to rush him now. I get it. Washington beat Pittsburgh, right? Even though I said Indianapolis would be the ones that beat him. Washington somehow beats Pittsburgh, and now we're still tied, even though we have the tiebreaker. Washington has a much tougher schedule than we do going forward. I think you start McCoy, and if McCoy gets in trouble and the game's tight and you want to bring Jones in, but I don't think there's a reason to start Jones now and risk any further injury to him. Keep him one more week on the bench and get him ready for Arizona and Cleveland and Dallas. That's my thoughts. And I didn't hear. I mean, I know he's been limited. He's been limited in practice this week. So he's doing the same thing Belichick does, right? Don't give him too much. Don't tell him too much early. So You don't know who you're preparing for. But they open up the book. It's the same playbook for McCoy as it is for Jones. So, and McCoy, like I said last week, didn't look nervous, didn't make any bad plays, any stupid plays. He was fine. He kept us in the game. So if he starts, I'm fine with it. I still think we win. I still think we win with McCoy.
I don't trust McCoy whatsoever. Not against this team. I think you need Daniel Jones in this game. And there's a quote here that for Kyler Murray, they were talking to him about his running, and he was on pace for 1,000 yards until this little thing that he's running to now. But he says that where is it? Sorry. Basically, like, he's being told he has to hand the ball off. He's not giving the option to run. The plays are coming in to hand it off, and he's like, what do you want me to do? Pull the ball back and just run every play? So I'm kind of curious to see with this. Is this going to be the game where they let him go again? It's been a couple weeks with this AC sprain that he's had. They're probably trying to protect him, keep him from taking any shots to that shoulder that's going to knock him out of the game. But I'm kind of wondering, with him kind of getting a little testy, because that's what it sounded like when in the interview, like he was kind of like defending himself, like, what do you guys want me to do? You just want me to just disrespect the coach and go and run, so I'm kind of curious if they use this opportunity to let him kind of get going again, get rolling, because that's how they were winning. Kind of, Jim, how we talked about, how did the Giants win? With Daniel Jones's legs. It's the same with Arizona. You win on Kyler Murray's legs, and he's been running for like 20 yards a game average for the last 3 games. They've been getting destroyed. He has to run in order for them to win. And hopefully now, it's been, like I said, it's been a couple weeks. That shoulder hopefully is kind of getting back to normal, where you don't have to worry about a good shot to it, knocking him out, because people are going to be targeting it. Why would you not? Like, if you could give him a nice hard hit to the shoulder and take him out of the game, you're going to. I mean,
right. No doubt. I mean, I think that you do want to do that. We do want to hit him, knock him down, make him uncomfortable. And we did it with. I mean, when you think about Seattle and Arizona, I mean, I think they have a lot of similarities. And if we play this, it's good to me that we played them back to back, right? Because it's almost the same kind of preparation for the defense. Yeah. And I think we're able to do it. And you look at on the offense, Giants offense. I wouldn't have realized, or I would have been surprised to hear they're number 10. they're ranked 10th in rushing the offense, and Arizona's defense is number 22. So, I mean, if we can move the ball, I mean, our offensive line.
It's a Wayne Gallman game. That's what you're saying.
Right. It could be. It could be.
Love you some Wayne Gallman this week.
Absolutely.
In DraftKings.
Absolutely. Got no issue with that.
Until they give Alfred Morris 4 touchdowns on the 1 yard line again.
I'm fine with that too. Fine with that too. He was wide open on that on that pass, but I think I'm looking at some of these comments here. Not only will the Giants win their division, they win the first playoff game too. I agree with that.
Let's just slow down. Let's just slow down.
Hey, I said I was hoping it was Brady. There'd be nothing better to have Brady come up. I know it doesn't match up right now, but
that would be pretty wild.
There's still time. There's still time.
So here's my thought.
So Seattle.
Yeah,
go Gmen. Go Gmen.
Hey, that's fine.
I am 100% behind that home win for the Giants if they're playing Seattle. Oh, I love it.
Yep. So the Wayne train.
My thoughts are this. So Arizona's lost 3 in a row? Backs against the wall.
4 against 4 to 5. Yeah.
They really don't have a good pass rush right now. To me, I think if Jones can play, he needs to. I think they're going to struggle with McCoy. I just do score him points, but I think if Jones is out there, he gives them that extra edge of rushing. I still think I'm going to pick the Giants tonight, only because, once again, a team has to travel to the East Coast from the West Coast, and it just doesn't work well. Yep. I don't know what time the game is. Is it a 1 o'clock game or?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so it's a 10 in the morning game for Arizona then. Again, it's just hard for those guys to do it, and then I don't know when they're coming out. Probably Thursday, Friday, but Giants D is just rolling right now. But Jim, kind of like you said though, the Washington has a harder schedule. I'm kind of getting off course here a little bit, but I think they both have kind of a rough schedule coming up. I mean, you guys have. Hold on, I just had it up. Sorry.
Cleveland, Baltimore, Dallas.
Cleveland, Baltimore, Dallas, and Baltimore just put 194 on the ground the other game. To me, the headlines were Lamar came back and he played great and did this. I don't think he played that great, minus his legs. I mean, they ran the ball like crazy the other day. You know what I mean? I think he threw for 100 yards. Right.
They can't. They can't stop a peewee team right now.
No. But what was impressive was they still got 194 yards on the ground. Ingram was running again. Dobbins was running again. So now you got that. Cleveland's defense, I'm not going to give too much credit to their offense, but that's another running game that you have to stop a two-headed monster with Chubb and Hunt, right? Yeah. So and the pass rush on them is just insane, I think. I think Cleveland's D is really playing well right now. So I think you guys have kind of difficult schedules. I mean, I think the Giants could win 3 of the last 4. I mean, if you look at it, especially if the D keeps playing that way, but I think Jones needs to come back tonight. Well, not tonight, but Sunday, because I think they will have to score some points. I just do. I don't see Colt McCoy putting up 30 points. You know what I mean?
I would probably agree with that. I think it has to be a low scoring game for him to win, but just because Jones is in doesn't mean he's running all over the field either. You don't know. Is he 80%? What is he at? And if he is in the game, is he really going to be trying to run and re-injure? Right. So.
True. Thanks, Cruz. Sorry, just giving Cruz a shout out real quick. He said he's taking off.
Yeah, feel better, bud.
Yep.
Thank you. Big Blue. Let's go. I like it.
But not. I don't want to say that was getting off course because I wanted to kind of steer that, John, what you were saying, that other team there, Washington, coming in and handling the Steelers.
Ooh, they look good. I mean, they look good that whole game.
Yeah, we talked about that two-headed beast coming down for the NFC East now, and they are definitely in the conversation. You cannot put them away. The Eagles, Cowboys, done.
Forget about it. Yeah,
we'll see what Jalen Hurts has this week. It's too late. It's too little, too late. I think for that team and the Cowboys. Like I said, they can't stop anything. Nothing. That defense is horrendous.
It's like, how did they get that bad? I mean, it's really unbelievable. I mean, it's not like there's all no names back there.
Right.
You know some of the guys, and everybody runs through them like you're playing in the street. I don't get it.
No,
McCarthy to the Jets next year.
No,
I mean,
no. He was.
You're right. You're right because Gase isn't getting fired.
Because they hired Gase over McCarthy. So I can't see. I can't see how they could look at the disaster down in Dallas and be. Well, I do know they hired Gase. Yeah, they hired Gase after the disaster he had in Miami. So, yeah, you never know.
Gase isn't going anywhere. I'm telling you. No. Yeah, I'm calling it right now. I'll wait till your time, Joe. But
no, but Washington.
I don't. Yeah.
It's. I think there's a. I saw Antonio Gibson looks like he might miss the game.
He
and
is.
If he's doubtful, he's a big time playmaker for them. So without them, I mean, J.D. McKissick is good, but he's more of a pass catching guy than he is a 3-down back. So I don't know who their actual 3-down back would be. I'm not really following the Washington football team that well, but you still have McLaurin, who's just ridiculous. That's somebody you've got to keep an eye on, but that's going to be Bradbury's job whenever you guys do match up or whatever, if that was the case. He's hard to keep. But outside of that, Alex Smith looks like he's playing with a massive chip on his shoulder. So he's hungry. That defense is looking good. Chase Young is looking ridiculous. Like that kid is hungry. I like did you guys see the Mike Tomlin quote that he had for him before the game? Where he basically, to paraphrase what he said, it was basically like he sees his talent, but his entire goal is to never draft a player like him because he's never picking that low. And I was like, that's pretty good. He's like, yeah, you got a lot of talent, but we're never going to pick you because we don't draft second. So I was like, well done. So, but yeah, that's going to be interesting. If Antonio Gibson misses any significant amount of time, is there enough there? Is the defense good enough? Can they hold it? I don't know. That might be your window to pull a couple games ahead and close it out. But otherwise, that team looks legit. Like you're probably glad you've already played them and gotten that out of the way.
And beat them twice.
Yeah, I wouldn't want. If I was a Giants fan, I would not want them coming up on my schedule at this point. Like you got them while they were dealing with the turbulence, and now. They've come out the other side, and they're looking pretty brutal. So that's a good thing for the Giants, I think.
And I mean, really, the Giants were going through the turbulence when they played them, right? So the Giants beat them twice, and so both teams are on the upswing, right? They're both playing their best ball of the season right now, right? So it's it would have been interesting, like if they were playing each other this week, right? Because both teams are on a high, they're both winning, both playing their best football, and then who wins? Right, especially if it was for the division or something like that. That would, if that was the last game of the season, that could have been more exciting. But
it's too bad you weren't lined up to play each other in Week 16. That would be
like the last game. I mean, that'd be perfect.
That's
why they put us with Dallas, because they thought Dallas was going to maybe do something this year. But of course, nothing. Nothing as usual. Right.
But the one before we move out of this one, So Washington actually has a better point differential. They're like positive. They're positive now, and you guys are still negative. So that offense is a little hot. But I was also looking. Arizona has scored 101 more points than the Giants' offense has this year. So I mean, that defense is going to have to. If Kyler's running, and that opens up those lanes again, that defense is going to be working Sunday. So
I'll say this real quick. Joe Judge coached with Bill Belichick. I guarantee you he's looking at the tape at what New England did to them, because Judge was his coordinator too. So you know what I mean? So I guarantee you they're going to follow the Patriots playbook as far as what they did. They're going to contain Murray and maybe he's not 100%, but shit. I mean, you might as well key on that. If you can stop him from running, man, just like Russell Wilson, if you can stop him from running and throwing on the run, those long ass pass plays to Metcalf and Lockett, man, you're going to beat Seattle. And that's exactly what the Giants did last week.
That's right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one to watch. But to say that a Bill Belichick coach is going to make a difference, it hasn't happened yet. So I don't know.
Down in Miami.
Oh.
I mean, we got three potential. We have two potential Belichick disciples.
That's way too early.
Potentially going to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, but out of how many? How many coaches have come out of the Bill Belichick coaching tree that have absolutely sucked? I mean,
well, so
it's not the Andy Reid coaching tree. Like they come out and they're gold. Bill Belichick,
where do they go though? Look at the teams that these guys took over. Mangini went to the Jets and the Browns. Come on, I mean the guy never had a chance. Never had a chance.
Any coach that gets hired is going to go to a shitty team.
Yeah, but look at the franchises they went to. They went to the Jets, Cleveland, Detroit. Matt Patricia, like he had a fighting chance there.
Dolphins.
Never. Dolphins.
Yeah, and it's just through the draft the last couple of years that's really driving it. But I don't know. We'll see what Joe Judd's got. The guys are behind him, but also, like, remember a couple years ago when Mike Singletary, I guess that wasn't a couple years ago, but when he was the coach of the 49ers and he came in the interim and, like, those guys were all behind him, like, just loved his tenacity and his energy and everything. And then, like, halfway through the next year, they were like, all right, yeah, we're done with this shit.
He's got to go.
Yeah, you're too much. You're too much. Yeah. You got to go. I never told you you could have a drawer here. I don't know why you're putting your underwear in my drawer. You got to go.
Get your toothbrush out of my bathroom and get the hell out of here.
What are all of these hair ties doing in my house? Are you moving in? Anyway, so all right. So final scores of these games. What do you think, John? What's your prediction?
I hate to do this. It pains me. I have not done this all year. I haven't done it all year. I'm going to say the Giants. If McCoy plays, so chalk mine down as an asterisk. If McCoy plays, it has to be like a 17-14 win, just like last week. I think if Danny Dimes plays, it will be probably a little bit more higher score game. 20s, I'll say like a 27-21 game Giants. I think the Giants win regardless because of their D. And again, Arizona have zero pass rush. So I think even if Colt McCoy does play, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of pressure on him as far as from the D line. And please, please, please get Slayton involved in that game. My God, give him some love because my God, you get a number one receiver there just friggin' wasting away. And Gmen is, I mean, huge at running back. I mean, my God, look at that two-headed monster next year when Barkley's back. You know what I mean? My God. I mean, that team, if they play their cards right, they're going to be pretty potent next year too. God, it kills me to say, but good for you, Jim. Good for you.
All right. So,
I mean, hey, nobody. You guys said there's no chance they were going to beat Seattle next week, right? Oh, Metcalf, they're not going to stop Metcalf. And we went up there in Seattle and won. So,
Yeah.
So, same thing. I think it's a similar kind of score, mid-20s. Could it be 26-20, 27-20, something like that? I think regardless of who plays, because I think it's going to be about running the clock. And, I don't see any team scoring over 30 points, anything big like that. I think it's going to be clock management, first downs, move the ball up and down the field, and Giants win. I got Giants.
Okay, so I'll close it out. I'm gonna go Arizona on this because it just
good.
Kind of like the Patriots. It doesn't make sense. Arizona should not be playing like this. So there needs to be a balance in the world, and there's not. Like the Patriots are playing too good with little talent. Arizona's playing too bad with too much talent. Like something's got to come back into the norm. So I think this is where things kind of come back. And I think it's going to be Kyler Murray running the ball. He has to get running the ball again. That's going to open Hopkins. It's going to open Kirk. I don't know if Drake's going to play, but even if he doesn't, they've got Edmonds there, and Edmonds is a very capable receiver, very good catching. So dump offs, everything else, excellent. So I think this is going to be a get right game for Arizona. They're going to kind of figure out what's going on. They're going to let Kyler run, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Right now, it's a 2-point. Arizona's 2-point favorites. It's a 45 overall over/under. I think it'll be close to that, but I don't think it's going to be like a 35-10. I think it's going to be more, 27-24 type of game. I think it's going to be close, but I think you're going to see Kyler Murray running again. But I think the Giants are legit. I should also asterisk, like you, John, is I think if Colt McCoy plays, it's going to be a blowout because Colt McCoy sucks. I don't care what it is.
He just beat Seattle. Hey, Joe.
So
he just beat Seattle.
I'm just going to tell you, he sucks. Like the defense played great against Seattle. That's what won that. And they ran the ball like gangbusters, as John. Yeah.
Gangbusters.
So it was Gallman on the ground who really dominated that game in Seattle, and the defense played awesome. They shut down the receivers. They pressured Russell Wilson like crazy. It wasn't Colt McCoy who won that game. It was the defense and the running game. So I don't think that's going to happen.
So you think Arizona has more talent or is better than Seattle was last week?
Yes.
You think?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because right. Arizona's defense.
You think Arizona's a better team than Seattle?
I do.
I don't.
More weapons. I don't think so.
Seattle's defense is horrendous. They're terrible. They had a couple of good games, and then the Giants basically just showed like you're not that good because Colt McCoy just beat you, and Wayne Gallman and Alfred Morris just owned you on the ground, which no team should say that. So,
right. Or was it the scheme? Right? Was it the preparation and Judge and the plays they called and the execution? Right?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I think it's going to be. I think if Jones doesn't play, I'll give you 10 points. If he plays, I'll give you. If he plays,
I'll take him.
It's 24. If Colt plays, 10 points. That's it. So it'll be 27-24. If Jones plays, it'll be 35-10. If Colt McCoy plays, just because the offense is going to be on the field so much more.
Okay.
Arizona has 7-8 defensive players on the IR this year. They get zero push off the ball. I mean, zero. They just get manhandled. I agree. Seattle's defense sucks. Yeah. It does. But boy, Arizona's doesn't look much better right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll see. So let's dive over
about that nasty team.
Yes, the green halo that's around me. The wonderful New York Jets. So let's break down this game. So we got the fearsome Seattle Seahawks defense coming up. This game makes me it doesn't make me nervous. This game shouldn't even be close. I know I just talked a bunch of crap about Seattle, but it doesn't matter. The Jets are just terrible. Denzel Mims had to go back to Texas to deal with some family stuff. He did not get back to New York by 10 o'clock last night in order to pass all the COVID protocol testing that he needed to do, so he's not playing. Jamison Crowder just popped up on the questionable list as well. I have not seen what that is. I just got that a little while ago, so not sure what his condition is. So if anybody watching knows what that is, if you could let me know if he's probably going to play or not. I haven't seen, but so you have no Mims. You're going to have an injured, if playing, Crowder, and you got Perriman. Frank Gore, I think, is still in concussion protocol. So you've got two backup running backs, and you got to try to go up against Jamal Adams, who is going to ball out. You just know, he's going to want to take it to the Jets like nobody's business. So he's going to be all over Sam Darnold. I'm curious to see how many blitz schemes they put in for him in this game to get him in the backfield. He's half a sack off of the NFL sack record for defensive backs, which I don't know why they clarify him or quantify him as that, but half a sack is all he needs. He's going to get it against the Jets. They're going to make sure he gets it to set that record. I guarantee it. So Sam's going to play again. He'll probably, I don't know what we're going to see from Sam Darnold. It's been, last week up and down, all, in waves. So I don't know what we'll get out of him. But it's not going to be enough to win. Russell Wilson, every week, every team that plays the Jets, the offense goes ballistic. Derek Carr last week had ridiculous numbers. He was the number one quarterback in fantasy. Just stupid numbers. So everybody does it. So we'll see. But Russell Wilson, they've been struggling a little bit. They've been up and down. The offense hasn't looked like it's clicking. The defense looks terrible. They're 31st ranked defense right now. So that's a little bit of hope that you could see something from Sam, but no receivers, no running back. I don't know what you're going to do. Chris Herndon, again, disappeared, fell off the face of the earth. So DK Metcalf, 2 players you want to start this week, Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf. Yes. I don't know who. We don't have a player. I don't know if football has a player that can really keep up with Metcalf, but we have nobody. Like Ruggs burned the defense for the Jets last week. You've got an undrafted guy, a 5th-round guy, and two undrafted and a 5th-round cornerback is the Jets' cornerback pool right now. They're not going to keep up with DK Metcalf. Nobody can. So he's going to have a field day. Actually, I'd probably throw Tyler Lockett in there too. Who's going to stop him? So I would probably stack it with Russell Wilson, Lockett, Metcalf, and then throw Wayne Gallman in there for a cheap running back play to offset that. And there's your $1 million. Send us a check so we can do the show for free, because I think that's really all you need. So the Jets are 1 game closer to getting Trevor Lawrence, and I think this one is in the books. You could just put it in the books right now because I don't think it's going to be competitive whatsoever. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm going to agree with you wholeheartedly. So it's in Seattle, right? Is it in Seattle?
That's even more of the insult. I'm here. I'm here. And not only can I not go to the game, but I don't fucking want to go to the game. Like, that's the worst part. And who knows when they're going to be back again. But how am I going to give my money that I work for over to a team that is the most uncompetitive team that has almost ever been in football? Like, they should pay me. They should be like, oh, Jets fan in Seattle? Hey, we got your ticket. Come up to the game.
Right.
That kills me.
No.
So my prediction is Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and Carson are going to go ballistic this week as far as offensive players for like DraftKings or something. Seattle's D floors me that a Pete Carroll defense is that bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Legion of Boom is like the Legion of Doom right now as far as, how they're playing it. It's shocking that a Carroll defense is this bad, but they're going to get back on the train this week, I think, against the Jets. If they don't put up 35 to 40 points, I'd be shocked. And that's only if I guess the Jets aren't scoring at all, which I don't see them scoring much. I mean, like you said, Mims is out. Gore's still hurt. Jamison Crowder's hurt. I mean, all these guys are banged up. Who the hell's going to play? That's going to be an absolute nightmare. I'm not going to lie. I'm hoping the Jets win because I want to see pain and agony come to Jets Nation year after year. So I want to see them with the number 3 pick and draft an O-lineman and keep Darnold. But that probably won't happen. I agree it won't happen.
You should probably not put money on that.
So I no, not at all. I think the spread's 12.5. The spread can be 24.5, and I'd still take Seattle with the points. You know what I mean? So I no way is this game even close. I'd say we'll throw maybe a couple garbage touchdowns at the end, maybe like a 38-14 type game, 42-14, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's interesting. So looking it up real quick while you're waiting. So Ashton Davis, who's the safety that we drafted, he did not practice with a foot injury the last 2 days, so we probably don't have him either. Frank Gore, still in concussion protocol, did not practice today. Jordan Jenkins, linebacker, did not practice the last 2 days. Greg Van Roten, our offensive lineman, has not practiced all week. Jamison Crowder had a limited practice. So that kind of that really tells you that those are all starting players that are not practicing. So and then you're going against Seattle's offense. Think about that for a second and tell me what the outcome of this game is going to be. Because
just forfeit. Don't even fly across the country. There's nobody even on the team. The bus is half full. Just stay home. There's no defense. Who's the defensive coordinator? Did they hire anybody?
I don't know. I haven't seen yet who is taking over the defensive play calls.
Probably no one.
Maybe
just do whatever you want. Audible.
Maybe. What if
Audible,
it's
do whatever.
What if it's Gase?
Oh my God! He's
you know it is. You know it is.
He's going to call the offense and the defense, and the Jets will not score another point. They might not get another first down for the rest of the year, and I don't know. We could lose by 50 every week if he's calling the defense. Because
maybe that's what he's angling towards. I could come back as defensive coordinator. Maybe, who knows?
You might as well apply for something because you're not going to be a head coach or an offensive coordinator.
He will be the head coach next. Joe, I'm telling you.
There's no way.
He's going to be there, man. He didn't want Darnold. He didn't draft Darnold. They're going to give him benefit of the doubt. Oh, boy. You're going to be so pissed off.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable, that comment. Unacceptable. Lifetime ban.
Oh, throw some Jets tickets in your window.
No,
Don't you even go money for the window.
Would you even go? I wouldn't go with free tickets because you still have to pay to park, and it's not worth it.
I know it.
Right?
No way. I was so excited too when I found out they were playing here because it's like every 4 to 8 years that you're going to see a team out here, and it's like cool. So they come out this year with COVID, with the worst team that they've possibly ever had. And this is the opportunity, like the missed opportunity. It sucks, but it's so interim defensive coordinator Frank Bush.
Oh, Frank, yeah,
Frank Bush.
He was selling hot dogs across from.
I don't even know who he is on the team.
Home Depot.
No. What's that place in downtown New York where you catch all the tour buses and stuff? You know what I'm talking about? Like right downtown New York City.
Times Square?
Is that where it is? Where you pick up all the red double-decker tour buses and stuff? I think he sells hot dogs out there. I bought one from him a couple of years back.
Dirty water dogs.
Oh man, they're so good. I love New York City street food, man. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research into who this guy even is. I don't know. Interim Frank Bush.
I'm telling you, he sells hot dogs. I bought one from him.
Well, he's got experience with Pete Carroll because he played for Pete Carroll at NC State. I don't even know when the fuck Pete Carroll coached at NC State. Like what year was that? 1962.
Now he's going to coach against his.
He's going to coach against his coach. This is like a Star Wars Anakin versus Darth Vader moment.
The other guy.
Well, he's been around a while.
Oh, really?
Since in '87, he was hired by the Houston Oilers to be their college scout and remained there until '92 when he was promoted to the linebackers coach.
Wow.
Oh, so he's not a young guy.
So he's a defensive guy. I mean, he is linebackers coach. Linebackers coach everywhere. He was with Miami a few years ago as assistant head coach and linebackers coach.
Yeah, I've never heard of him. So,
hey,
good for him. Good.
Yeah,
give him an opportunity. Give him an opportunity. Yep. Maybe somebody will pick him up next year and give him a shot.
Shut out Jets. You know what? I may have to change my pick. I think the Jets are going to shut him out.
The inept defense is going to play so well that Russell Wilson's not going to know what to do.
Yeah,
it's no idea.
What's the over under on this? Because I think the Seattle hits the over by themselves. I think they're going to be so upset about last week, especially Jamal leading the charge. They're just going to go crazy. I think they score 40 points this week. I don't think that Jets. What did they score? A field goal? Did they accidentally score a touchdown to get 10 points? Maybe.
Well, so the Jets have scored
41-10
on their first possession in the last 5 games.
Yeah,
which only one other team in the NFL has done that. I think the Chiefs are the only other team that has scored on their first possession in the last 5 games, which blows my mind. They can plan for the first drive of the game.
That's it.
Brilliantly, and then after that, it's just like it took us all week just to come up with that. You can't expect us to play this on the fly,
Right.
But right now,
for 3 minits, and the other 57, I don't know what to do.
I think they're hoping for lightning, and the game gets canceled after the first drive. But 13.5-point underdogs right now and a 47 over/under. That's gonna be hard for Seattle to do by itself, but
41-10 is over. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. I think the Jets will probably score 2 touchdowns, but it'll probably be somewhere. It'll be somewhere around 35, 37 to 14. I'm guessing is probably going to be the score of this game because Russell Wilson's just going to carve him. DK Metcalf is probably going to look like Tyreek Hill a couple weeks ago with 200 yards at halftime and a couple touchdowns because I don't know nobody could keep up with him. Nobody. It's going to be disgusting.
Only James Bradbury. That's it.
Yeah, he was the only one, and he still gave up. He still had some numbers against him. I mean,
but not what everyone predicted.
No, but that's how good DK Metcalf is. And God, we talk about that every week. How in God's name that happened?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things like Adrian Peterson falling to 7 and Randy Moss being what was Randy Moss, like the 18th pick in the draft or something like that? 12th or something crazy. Like how?
What was Brady?
199.
Yeah,
199 in the 6th round.
Just made it in.
Right.
Just made it in. Thank God he did. Thank God he did.
They shouldn't be. That's why I just stay home today. Just stay home this week.
Yeah.
Save the airfare.
I don't know if you'd actually call it playing football, but they're standing on the field. They're running around, getting their cardio in. That's about it. So, so I think it's probably going to be 35-14 Seattle. That's what I'm thinking. Final score.
I think we're still all pretty close with what our scores are going to be. I mean, Jets will probably score a couple garbage touchdowns, if that, but it's going to be ugly. Yeah. It's going to be ugly. I may watch it just because of how ugly it's going to be.
It's not going to be nice. I know that. So it's
what time is that game? Is that an early game too?
No, that's the late game. It's the 4:05 start time. So
okay.
So
I'll watch Red Zone all afternoon and just watch the Seattle Jets game.
Well, yeah,
you might be right.
They'll never go away for it.
Yeah, it's never going to go away.
It'll just be on the entire time. So, and if you're watching, if you guys have any questions or any comments on any of the games, like please, drop them in. We'll talk about any of the games. If you're just joining us and you miss the Patriots or the Giants, obviously you can go back and watch this. But if you want to get your thoughts or comments in, please drop them in anytime, and we'll talk about it as they come in. So. I think it's going to be. I'm nervous for Sam Darnold because I think Jamal Adams is going to just eat him alive, especially with the offensive line injuries that we got with a couple of. Van Roten is not practicing. We've got Fant and somebody else is both limited participants. So the offensive line is hurting already. I don't know. Connor McGovern is also he was upgraded to full, so that's good. Him and it looks like Fant they were both upgraded. So it's looking like just one offensive lineman right now, but it's going to be God, I hate it because I don't want to see Jamal Adams do good. There's no denying his talent. I don't think anybody has ever done that. His talent, his energy is without a doubt. But God, it's going to suck to see him just own the offensive line and just destroy the Jets this week. So, Mike, did you guys already talk about the Patriots? Yes, we opened with the Patriots because they are getting ready to play here in a few. So we opened with them, but you could definitely get your questions in or your comments or thoughts, what you think's going on, or always catch this afterwards on YouTube or Facebook and rewatch it. But if you got any questions or thoughts, drop them in right now and we'll.
So I wonder, is Mike a Pats fan, and does he think they're going to beat the Rams tonight with a banged up Cam Newton? Because I don't think so.
With Cam Tebow, you mean?
Oh, Cam Tebow, yeah.
Cam Tebow, yeah.
Sir Cam Newton, as John calls him.
Sir Cam Newton, my friend. I didn't even give him that name. I think Elton John did.
Oh, really? Well, so he's not sure about tonight's game.
Not sure. See,
That's how I feel every week about the Pats. I'm
Yeah.
not sure about them every week. John's confident. I'm never confident with them.
he's
24-21, Mike. 24-21 Pats.
he's not betting with his heart. That's for sure. He's, he's
No,
calling it
factual.
Yeah.
Factual.
But yeah, I don't. It's going to be fun to watch, I think, because Cam. I want to see vintage Cam. I miss old Cam running for 60 yards, flinging it downfield, supermaning into the end zone. Like he's doing a lot of running, but not the way he was.
Right.
I want to see that just old Cam Newton in Carolina, MVP Cam Newton. Get ripping the jersey open with his Superman. That's what you need. The Patriots have to have that if they're going to make a run for it. And I saw that right now they have a 13% chance as it stands to make the playoffs, which is not very good. But like we talked about, Miami's defense.
So
Miami's defense, or not Miami's defense, excuse me. Miami's remaining schedule is tough, and they have to go. They have to play the Patriots as well. So, yeah, if you win this game tonight, you beat Miami, and Miami's got a brutal. It's I think the second hardest remaining schedule. There's no reason why it can't be turned around. It really isn't. It's just tonight's game is huge. This game is huge for the Patriots.
I mean, the Patriots have to win out. I mean, let's face it; they have to win out for a chance.
Yeah.
I
think if they win out, they control their destiny. I'm pretty sure if they win out because they'll be they won't.
No, they need help with Miami. They need help
because they're two back, right? Two back from Miami
Yes.
right now. So yeah, you'll beat them once, head up, and then it's so difficult for Miami to win out.
Yeah.
That as long as you win out, I think it's looking pretty good.
Yeah. I agree. It was.
Kind of like the Giants.
And that's what I love about Belichick. Our quarterback doesn't have to throw for 400 yards a week to win 45-0 because he only threw for 60 or 80. I mean, my God, and we still put up 45 points. It was all about ball control, defense, and the little things. And that's how Belichick knows he has to win this year. He knows he doesn't have Brady back there. He knows he doesn't have Moss. So what are they going to do? They're going to run the ball, and they're going to play good D, which I think they're going to play really good D tonight. Take out the key offensive guy, and I'm telling you, our O-line is looking tough right now. I just think that's the key again tonight. Field goals. God, I seen Nick Folk was questionable, and I know everyone chucks at the kicker being questionable, but I mean that's going to be huge for us tonight. I think because we may get to 24 points with 8 field goals. I don't know. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I don't know. So
that's good.
Nick Folk has come alive. The last 6-7 weeks, he's had a great year for us, and it's going to have to continue again tonight because I think it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, the Folk hero. He always comes through.
He does. Money.
He was great with the Jets a couple years ago too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for that. Cam versus Goff. Those bright lights going to scare Goff off like they usually do. Is Sean McVay? I bet you that's the biggest thing. Is Sean McVay is going to try and get cute like every coach does and try to outwit Bill Belichick and screw himself over like every other coach does. They play these games. They try and be smart and try to come up with these little trick plays, gadget plays, and smart things, and then it just backfires and it's crazy. So here you're good.
So some of this is possible.
Pats need Baltimore and Vegas to lose at least once. Chiefs to beat Miami, which the Chiefs better beat Miami. And so that's exactly right. So
Mike, just do it, man. You know what? Just bite the bullet. Tomorrow's Friday.
Go out sick.
I'm sure it's a guard Friday, so you guys can just kind of chill tomorrow, man. Don't worry about it.
Everybody will be tired tomorrow.
Yeah, everyone's going to be tired. That 7:30 meeting will be fun.
Yeah, but that's exactly right. The Chiefs are going to beat Miami. How do they not win? Especially now that the Steelers lost. So now they're both tied. They're both fighting for that number 1 seed. They're not going to back off at all. No. So there's your one loss for Miami. You guys beat them head up. Now you're tied. and you beat them the first time.
Sorry, Mike.
You guys won the first meeting too, right? Didn't you beat Miami earlier? Yeah, so you would have the tiebreaker at that point. So as long as you win out, you control your own destiny, really. So that's going to be interesting. But so it looks like, so we're at our mark. So probably wrap it up with that. And the game's going to start here in about an hour.
Yeah.
So you have enough time to go back and watch the beginning, get your Patriots news before this starts. It's only about 15 minutes that we talked about it. So definitely go back, check it out. And then obviously, as always, please subscribe. If you're watching now and you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go in, subscribe, hit the bell, set the alerts to all. Help us get our subscribers up so we can get more exposure and get on more search platforms to actually get more viewers. So it's very hard to do, and without our friends, family, and supporters helping us grow, we can't do it. So we can't do it without you. So please, guys, we need you. Just quickly hit that subscribe button. It takes like 3.5 seconds. Just jump on there and knock it out, please. We will be back on. We don't have any late games, so potentially Sunday night. I'll put something up if we're going to jump on Sunday night. I'll give you guys a heads up on that, and if not, we'll do our regular Monday. And until then, good luck tonight, John. Good luck to the Patriots. Hi, Jackie.
Got a fan in there.
All right. So for John, for Jim, I'm Joe. Good luck this weekend. Stay healthy. Have fun. And we will see you guys on the recap.